On January 19, 1966, history shifted quietly, but permanently when Indira Gandhi was sworn in as Prime Minister of India. There were no tanks in the streets, no declarations of war, no dramatic collapse of governments. Yet the moment mattered deeply not only for India, but for the world. At the time, India was the largest democracy on earth and home to nearly 1/6 of humanity. Its political direction influenced global trade, Cold War alliances, nuclear diplomacy, and the future of newly independent nations watching closely from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Indira Gandhi stepped into office at a moment of uncertainty. She was the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister and a towering figure of anti-colonial leadership. But lineage did not guarantee authority. Within her own party, many saw her as a temporary solution, a quiet figure who could be managed by more powerful men behind the scenes. She was widely underestimated. That assumption would prove to be one of the greatest miscalculations in modern political history. India in 1966 was under strain. Food shortages threatened millions. Economic growth was slow. Borders were tense after recent wars, and the Cold War pressed from both sides. The United States and the Soviet Union both wanted influence over India. Both offered aid. Both applied pressure. But India stood at the center of the non-aligned movement, refusing to formally submit to either superpower. This position was not neutral. It was strategic and fragile. Indira Gandhi quickly revealed a leadership style that surprised allies and opponents alike. She centralized authority, spoke with clarity, and acted decisively, rather than governing through consensus alone. She believed strong leadership was necessary to hold together a vast, diverse nation. Her defining moment came in 1971. Rising tensions with Pakistan erupted into war. The conflict resulted in the creation of Bangladesh and permanently reshaped South Asia's political map. India emerged as the dominant regional power, and Indira Gandhi's global standing rose sharply. For many across the developing world, she became a symbol, proof that post-colonial nations could assert themselves without permission. Her government later pursued nuclear capability, arguing that security could not be monopolized by a handful of powerful states. This decision placed India firmly into global strategic calculations and challenged existing power hierarchies. But power, once concentrated, always carries risk. In 1975, citing internal unrest and threats to national stability, Indira Gandhi declared a state of emergency. Civil liberties were suspended. The press was censored. Political opponents were imprisoned. Democratic institutions continued to exist but under strict control. Supporters argued it was necessary to preserve order. Critics warned it revealed how fragile freedom becomes when fear replaces accountability. India would eventually restore democratic processes, and Indira Gandhi herself would face electoral defeat before later returning to power. Her legacy became complex, neither purely heroic nor purely authoritarian. January 19, 1966 reminds the world that leadership moments are never neutral. They do not simply change who governs. They shape how power is used, how dissent is treated, and how future crises will be handled. Indira Gandhi's rise proved that barriers of gender and colonial history could be broken. Her rule proved something equally important, that democracy must be protected not only from external enemies, but from the quiet erosion of power within. History often turns not with noise, but with oaths taken calmly and consequences that unfold over decades. Why do we learn history every day? Because leadership decisions made at turning points can protect millions or place entire nations at risk. And understanding those moments helps the present generation defend democracy before future generations are forced to rebuild it. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Fidi.